Hi, I'm Randy Coolidge of Primal Fitness. This is Bernard Brown. This is our assistant, Randy Berman. What we're doing today is we're going to test Bernard's VO2. We collected a lot of data already on his vertical jump, his long jump. We know his body fat percentage, we know his weight. We have a lot of great data. Now we're looking for some performance physiological data. Today we're going to be determining his VO2, which is vital oxygen control. We're going to find out exactly how efficient his heart and lungs are at utilizing oxygen. When his tissues demand it, it's the heart and lungs' responsibility to provide it. We're going to see how good he is at that. We're also going to find something called anaerobic and aerobic threshold. Very important for our training. What we're going to do in that case is we're going to find out where Bernard starts to get aerobic. At what point do his tissues are they not able to maintain with just normal breathing? At what point does he need to get oxygen involved? We're going to follow through that aerobic zone up to the anaerobic threshold. At that point, we'll know exactly when he cannot provide his working tissues with the oxygen that they need or the energy that they need through oxygen consumption. At that point, he's anaerobic, he's utilizing carbohydrate for fuel. Bernard is training for the Mundials, which is the World Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Championships, about 170 days away. And today, Randy and I are going to put him through his paces here. We're going to use this data to really get a great idea as to what levels of heart rates and intensities he will train to be explosively powerful in 170 days in California. You guys ready?
We're ready.
All right, let's go. Let's screw up one thing that moves my people. We're going to start Bernard at a speed of 3.0. Because of his long legs, and I'm going to actually increase him 1 degree on the incline. Again, if we were utilizing this test for someone deconditioned out of shape, we would start at a much more conservative heart rate and intensity. So I'm going to tuck these in gear, Bernard. I'm going to ask you on occasion, pardon me? More slack. Absolutely. See, he's the first guy over 6 feet that I've done on this particular machine. He's moving us a little closer, just a hair. And he almost ran out of hope, so we gave him more leeway. Bernard, do not look at this heart rate, that's not true. This is the real heart rate over here. I'll be watching his vital oxygen consumption versus time. They'll show me his heart rate, and they'll show me his carbon increase.
Yeah.
I'm also getting a continuous report on his. I'm going to put it up to another 3 degrees on the incline. Heart rate's 107 and climbing. Not sure if there's any glare. You can see this is his heart rate, Bernard's heart rate. This graph shows respiratory exchange ratio. When Bernard was down, when he started down about 0.08, 0.09 below, he was basically burning carbohydrates for fuel. That's what we do when we rest. As his energy expenditure increases, as his heart rate starts to creep up, he's starting to utilize more oxygen to supply the fuel to those muscles. So now he's starting to utilize more fat as fuel. Lipid burns nice and slow. It's a good constant supply of energy. When he gets up in here to the 1.1 area, fat can no longer be the fuel source because it's not quick enough. It needs glycogen, which is like rocket fuel for the system. But we can't use it for very long, so we'll know when he reaches that. I have to increase his speed. Yeah, the machine tells me to increase the effort. It's pretty predictable. Okay, Bernard, I'm going to put you at 4.5. I'm going to increase you another degree on the incline. Again, it's sort of atypical. Most people that you have to go to a slow jog now. Most people that I test do not have to go and double intensity increases. I actually see where the respiratory exchange ratio started to dip. That was time. 124. Bernard, how are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? 2? Okay. Bernard's 2 earned him a speed increase. He may learn this game here pretty soon. I don't know how to say the name. Okay, Bernard, dig in. I'll grab that. It's going to get tough on you now. But it did. This test will not test his maximum heart rate. We are not going to run until he falls out into the treadmill. That's when we're going to get a max heart rate. We will extrapolate to that, and the machine will estimate that. The longer he goes, the more accurate that number will be. But it is going to be a very demanding test on him now, which is going to basically be in those heart rates that he's used to training in. If he was a typical athlete, he's going to be a lot more careful on the mat. Just going ballistic, going crazy out there, training and working at the same heart rate, same intensity, he'll be more comfortable doing that than he will on this, because this is foreign to Bernard, different athlete. It's like in the old days when I used to have to put bicyclists on this machine, or on treadmills, or once in a while I had to put cyclists or runners on the cyclogometer. They were uncomfortable, like a fish out of water. So I expect you're going to get a little uncomfortable. Are you okay? Okay, try to make sure no areas. Keep some your mask up there. Yeah. I'm going to duck. For calm people, remind me, note to self, duck tape the hose. Because most people, this could be an issue. The heart rate is 141. Okay. Beautiful. His aerobic threshold has been detected. We know where he's hardcore aerobic now. Breathing hard, his ventilations are up, more ventilations per minute, deeper tidal volume. So we know now that he's laboring a bit. We're going to work through that to get to the more toward his peak. You okay, Bernard? Okay, AT detected. You got to really dig now. 146 is his heart rate. He's a tough athlete. I'll tell you what, he's at grades right now where we seldom get, and that's their endurance elite type athletes, runners, triathletes, cyclists. So this also tells me that Bernard's not been training specifically for the Mundials. He's not been doing a lot of cardio work, a lot of explosive power work. Been rolling and constructing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for the Gracie Lake Norman here, and also the school down at Gracie School in Concord. I'm impressed that he can do what he does without training specifically. His training, his teaching is keeping him in pretty darn good shape. Okay, 155, Bernard. We're getting closer, man. We're 8 minutes in. You okay? Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? 6. Okay. The anaerobic threshold number, we could stop the test right there, but I like to have athletes especially go as long as they can comfortably, because that gets us closer to their actual max heart rate, and it gets closer to their actual VO2. Because if he stops short, say 90–95% of his max heart rate, he still has to extrapolate those numbers, and it is still an estimation. 155 is your heart rate. Is your heart rate? 158, 159. The exchange ratio is bottoming out at 1.01. 10 minutes and 45 seconds in. I say another 3 minutes. You can handle that? Another 2 minutes? Heart rate's 160. You got the number we desperately need. As long as you don't have to get off the arm. You pop, okay? His gait looks pretty good. He's in a really good rhythm. The bow is just kind of bowing. It's a little bit tall. Lost a little bit of distraction. Here, 167. You can get to 169. You can get to 170. You want this at 170? Okay, 170, that's it. Okay, we're into the test. We're knocking down the miles per hour. And we're over here going to knock it down quickly, give him some relief. We're zero on the incline. We want to cool down. Just keep walking, Bernard. I'm going to end the current mode. And I'm going to start the recovery mode from his peak. Okay, you're in pure recovery mode, Bernard. Yeah, you can hold on to anything you want to do. I didn't want your legs to keep moving for a little bit. You get a good test. It's going to be a good accurate test. I predicted the top of the aerobic threshold will be about 170, and that's where we stopped it. So I may have just been a good guesser, but I didn't know his age. So I had a little bit of, I could have estimated it based on age. The respiratory exchange ratio got to 1.08. I'm going to look at this when you get in here. Now, what I know from looking at this is Renard wasn't totally gassed out. I mean, his heart and lungs had a little bit more to go in terms of him burning pure carbohydrate. So his perceived exertion, where he got really struggling there, was a little bit before his body gave out in terms of being able to supply fuel to his tissues. What that tells me one thing is that he's probably not as comfortable on a treadmill as he would be if he was in a ring or on a mat or training in a gym. So that's part of that. But we have good data, and we'll utilize this to get him ready for the Mundials in April 8th, 9th, and 10th, I believe. So, and thank you very much, Randy. We wanted Randy to actually jump back and forth and help us a little bit with the incline changes, but we had a tripod problem, so I appreciate it. All right, thank you very much. I'll report back.